Have you ever stopped to wonder why some people seem to age with grace, walking strong, thinking sharp, and living with energy well into their 80s and 90s, while others struggle with fatigue, illness, and a body that feels heavier with every passing year? We often assume it's luck, good genes, or expensive treatments. But the truth may be much simpler than that. Most of us stick to the same hygiene habits we learned decades ago. A shower, brushing our teeth, maybe a splash of deodorant, and we think we've done enough. But beneath the surface, there are forgotten parts of the body quietly shaping our health. When neglected, they can become breeding grounds for infection, throw off balance, weaken circulation, and even affect how long we live. It doesn't take hours in front of a mirror or a cabinet full of products to fix this. In fact, just a few extra minutes of mindful care can boost your energy, strengthen your immunity, and add real quality to your later years. I never gave it much thought myself until I heard story after story of older adults regaining confidence, strength, and vitality simply by paying attention to the places most people overlook. So today, I want to take you through 5 often ignored parts of the body that can make or break your long-term health. You'll be surprised at how small changes done daily can transform the way you move, breathe, and even sleep. And before we begin, if you believe in taking charge of your health and want more simple but powerful tips, do me a favor. Hit that like button and make sure you subscribe with notifications turned on. That way, you'll never miss insights that could help you live longer, stronger, and better. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Your tongue, the overlooked health switch. Picture this. You mop your floors, wash your dishes, and toss out the trash. But what if the dirtiest surface you deal with every day isn't in your kitchen, it's in your own mouth? Your tongue is one of the most neglected parts of your body. It's not just there to help you talk and taste. It's a soft, moist surface where food particles, bacteria, and toxins build up like dust on a forgotten shelf. Left alone, that buildup doesn't just sit there, it spreads, it multiplies, and it slowly affects your entire system. Scientists have discovered that the tongue can host hundreds of species of microorganisms at once. Some are harmless, even helpful. But others? They sneak into your system, triggering inflammation, gum disease, and in some cases, serious health issues like heart trouble and weakened immunity. I once met an older man who believed his constant fatigue and dull taste buds were just part of aging until his dentist asked him to start cleaning his tongue daily. Within weeks, his meals felt alive again, his breath improved, and for the first time in years, he said he actually felt lighter. Think of it like the filter in your car. Ignore it long enough, and eventually, the entire engine suffers. That same principle applies here. When the tongue is ignored, the body begins to feel the effects. Cleaning it isn't about vanity, it's about giving your body one less battle to fight every single day. The act itself is surprisingly simple. With a small tool designed to sweep away residue, you can strip off layers of bacteria and dead cells in a matter of seconds. Do it in the morning and again before bed, and you'll notice the difference quickly. Food tastes brighter, your breath feels lighter, and you carry less of that invisible weight your immune system usually bears. Over time, this tiny practice ripples into unexpected areas of life. People rediscover the joy of flavors they thought were gone forever, like the natural sweetness of fruit or the rich depth of coffee. Others find themselves more at ease in conversation, no longer self-conscious about breath or oral freshness. What feels like a small hygiene habit actually becomes a quiet act of self-respect and acknowledgement that your health deserves attention, even in the smallest details. Your tongue, often overlooked, is a gateway to well-being. Care for it, and you strengthen more than just your mouth. You give your entire body a better chance to thrive. And this is only the beginning. The next hidden habit we'll uncover could be even more surprising, and it starts with the part of your body that carries you through every single day, your feet. So here's your challenge. Don't wait until problems appear. Start tonight. Take 2 minutes to clean your tongue before bed. Then notice the difference tomorrow morning when you wake up. Small actions, done consistently, can transform your health in ways you never imagined. Number 2. Your feet, the foundation you can't afford to ignore. Think about your feet for a moment. They've carried you from childhood to adulthood, from your earliest stumbles to your proudest steps. They've walked you through celebrations, rushed mornings, quiet strolls, and long days you thought would never end. And yet, despite being the foundation of every move you make, they're often the most neglected part of the body. A quick rinse in the shower, a hurried towel swipe, and into socks they go hidden, forgotten, and overlooked. But ignoring your feet comes at a cost. They're not just tools for walking, they're a reflection of your overall health. Circulation problems often show up in the toes before anywhere else. Diabetes quietly announces itself with small wounds that won't heal. Even heart and nerve issues can first reveal their presence through swelling, tingling, or strange changes in color. What starts as a minor annoyance can quickly grow into something life-altering if left unchecked. I once met a man in his 70s who swore his feet had never given in a day of trouble until they did. For years, he thought that simply rinsing them in the shower was good enough. Then, a subtle itch between his toes turned into a persistent infection. He learned the hard way that damp, neglected feet are a perfect home for bacteria and fungus. His doctor warned him that had he waited much longer, those small cracks in the skin could have led to something far worse. When he finally made foot care part of his daily routine, washing thoroughly, drying with care, and keeping his skin healthy, he didn't just heal the infection. He regained his balance, walked with less pain, and felt stronger on his feet than he had in years. The truth is, your feet aren't just about comfort, they're about independence. When your feet are strong and healthy, you move freely and confidently. When they're weak or painful, your world begins to shrink. You avoid long walks, you hesitate on stairs, and before long, you may find yourself missing out on life's simple joys. That's why caring for your feet is about more than hygiene, it's about holding on to your freedom. What's remarkable is how quickly feet respond to attention. A few weeks of proper care, gentle washing, careful drying, daily checks for changes, and you begin to notice the difference. The aches ease, your steps feel lighter, and there's a new sense of security in every stride. Your feet may have been overlooked for years, but with a little patience and daily effort, they can still repay you with strength and stability well into your later years. Your feet are more than just the tools that get you from place to place, they're storytellers of your health. They whisper the first warnings of poor circulation, hint at problems with balance, and reveal strain long before the rest of your body catches up. Every step you take depends on their strength, and the way you stand, move, and even carry yourself is tied to their condition. When you give them care, they reward you with stability and freedom. But when you ignore them, they don't stay silent, they remind you with pain, swelling, and limitations you can't brush aside. So here's your challenge. Tonight, don't just shower and move on. Take 5 extra minutes to truly care for your feet, wash them with intention, dry them completely, and look for signs your body might be sending through them. It may feel like a small ritual, but those few minutes could save you from months or even years of unnecessary pain and limitation. So give your feet the attention they've always deserved. Care for them daily, respect the signals they send you, and remember, they're not just carrying you today, they're carrying you into the future. Start today. Treat your feet like the foundation of your health, because they are, and the stronger that foundation, the stronger the rest of your life will be. And now, let's turn to another part of the body people rarely think about, but one that could be quietly shaping your health in surprising ways: your armpits. Number 3, your armpits, the hidden gateway to health. At first glance, your armpits might seem insignificant, just another spot to swipe with soap during a quick shower. But in reality, they're one of the most delicate and influential zones on your body. Warm, shadowed, and often damp, they create an environment where bacteria can flourish. Left unchecked, this doesn't just cause odor, it can trigger clogged glands, painful irritation, and even infections that quietly wear down your comfort and confidence. What makes the underarm area so important is its closeness to the lymph nodes, which act as guardians of your immune system. Neglecting this zone is like leaving the front gate of your body's defenses unguarded. When sweat, residue, and bacteria collect here, it can strain more than your skin. It can subtly influence your overall health and energy. Take, for example, the story of Leonard, a 62-year-old carpenter who always dismissed his recurring underarm irritation as just heat rash. But after years of ignoring it, the swelling grew worse, and he found himself unable to comfortably move his arms while working. Only then did he realize that a lifetime of rushing through hygiene had caught up with him. With simple changes, washing thoroughly, drying carefully, and switching to gentler products, he not only healed, but regained a sense of ease he hadn't felt in years. Caring for this area isn't about vanity or scent alone. It's about freeing your body from the small daily battles that drain your energy without you noticing. When your underarms are clean and healthy, you move more freely, rest more comfortably, and even feel more at ease in social moments. The relief goes beyond skin, it touches your confidence and peace of mind. Another hidden truth is that armpits change as you age. Skin becomes thinner, sweat patterns shift, and the body heals more slowly. What once was a minor irritation in your 30s can turn into stubborn inflammation in your 60s. This is why the effort you put into caring for this small part of your body becomes increasingly important as the years pass. And here's something often overlooked. Fresh, healthy underarms influence how you carry yourself. When you're not distracted by irritation or self-conscious about odor, you stand taller, you speak more openly, and you connect with others without hesitation. That quiet confidence ripples through every area of your life, reinforcing both physical and emotional well-being. So don't underestimate this hidden gateway. A little extra care in your underarm routine does far more than keep you smelling fresh. It helps guard your immune system, supports your comfort, and boosts your confidence in ways you might never expect. Now that we've uncovered the secret role of your armpits, let's turn to another small but surprisingly powerful spot that often goes ignored: your belly button. If you found this eye-opening, make sure to subscribe and join us for the next part of this series. You'll be surprised at how the tiniest habits can transform your health and confidence. Number 4. Your belly button, the neglected pocket of health. When was the last time you truly paid attention to your belly button? For most people, the honest answer is never. It sits quietly at the center of the body, hidden in plain sight. Yet it collects more than you might imagine. Sweat, oil, skin cells, and even tiny fibers from clothing find their way there, turning this forgotten pocket into a perfect hiding place for bacteria and fungus. Over time, what seems harmless can lead to odor, irritation, or even infection. Because the belly button rests in a warm, shielded space, it's a natural trap for buildup. Many don't notice the problem until discomfort forces them to. A sudden itch, redness, or strange smell becomes the first clue that this neglected spot has been storing more than memories of birth. And for older adults, whose skin heals slower and whose immune defenses aren't as sharp, ignoring the navel can lead to complications that spread beyond the surface. Consider Eleanor, a 70-year-old who always laughed when her granddaughter teased her about lint belly. One summer afternoon, she developed a tender swelling around her navel. At first, she thought it was nothing more than irritation from her clothing, but within days, it grew painful. A doctor's visit revealed a bacterial infection caused by years of overlooking the simple act of washing and drying her belly button. With care and treatment, Eleanor recovered, but she admitted it was a wake-up call she never expected from such a tiny part of her body. The truth is, the belly button is like an unused drawer in your home. You don't think about it, so dust and clutter pile up. It may not matter right away, but neglect eventually creates a problem that demands attention. By simply including it in your daily washing and making sure it stays dry, you spare yourself discomfort and keep your body safer. What's surprising is how much such a small act can influence how you feel. When your navel is clean and irritation-free, you move more comfortably, your clothing feels better, and your confidence grows. It's proof that even the smallest habits ripple outward into larger areas of your health and energy. So far, we've uncovered the hidden importance of your tongue, your feet, your armpits, and now your belly button. But the journey doesn't stop here. There's still one more overlooked part of your body that speaks volumes about your health, and it's right at your fingertips: your nails. If you're finding these insights valuable, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next lesson in this series. Sometimes, The tiniest details in your daily routine make the biggest difference in your long-term health. Number 5. Your nails, silent messengers of your well-being. Most people glance at their nails only when they chip, snag, or grow too long. But beneath the surface, your nails are more than simple coverings. They act as silent messengers of your overall health. Their color, texture, and growth patterns can reveal what's happening deep inside your body, from circulation problems to nutritional deficiencies. Ignoring them doesn't just risk infections, that can mean missing early warnings that your body is trying to send. Consider the story of Clara, a 68-year-old retired teacher. She loved gardening but often hid her hands in public because her nails had become brittle, ridged, and discolored. She assumed it was just part of getting older. But when her doctor examined them, he discovered signs of anemia and circulation issues. By improving her diet and treating the underlying condition, Clara not only restored strength to her nails, but also gained back her energy and vibrancy. What seemed like a cosmetic concern had been her body's cry for help all along. Neglected nails are more than an aesthetic issue. They can quickly become painful obstacles. Thickened or infected toenails make walking uncomfortable, forcing people to cut back on movement and exercise. This decline in activity can snowball into weaker muscles, reduced balance, and even loss of independence. Something as small as a toenail can, over time, determine how confidently you move through the world. And there's another layer people rarely talk about: the psychological impact. When nails are clean, healthy, and cared for, you naturally feel more polished and self-assured. But when they're damaged, discolored, or infected, they create a quiet sense of embarrassment. That hesitation can cause people to withdraw socially, hiding their hands or avoiding outings that require sandals or bare feet. It's not just about hygiene, it's about how you show up in the world. So the next time you glance at your nails, don't dismiss them as trivial. They're small, yes, but they're powerful. They guard against infection, reflect your inner health, and shape how you carry yourself in daily life. Paying attention to them is about more than appearances. It's about protecting your comfort, your confidence, and your well-being. We tend to believe that better health comes from massive sacrifices, rigid diets, grueling hours at the gym, or costly treatments. But the real secret often hides in the smallest daily choices. The parts of your body you rarely think about: your tongue, your feet, your armpits, your belly button, and your nails are quiet guardians of your well-being. Caring for them takes only a few minutes, yet the return can be life-changing. Fewer infections, stronger energy, improved confidence, and a body that feels lighter and freer. Imagine breathing easier, walking with steadier balance, feeling comfortable in your skin, and moving with more independence, all from paying attention to the places you once overlooked. It's proof that big change doesn't always come from doing more. It comes from doing the little things with consistency and care. Aging is something none of us can stop, but the way we age is shaped by the habits we keep. When you ignore your body, it reminds you in ways that slow you down. But when you honor it even in these small, simple ways, you invite strength, resilience, and peace into your life. Start today. Give one of these areas the attention it deserves. Tomorrow, choose another. In time, you'll feel the difference not only in your health, but in the way you live, connect, and carry yourself through the years ahead. If this message spoke to you, don't leave without hitting like. It tells me this content matters. And be sure to subscribe with notifications on, so you never miss a tip that could help you live stronger, longer, and with more vitality. Finally, share in the comments, which of these 5 areas will you start taking care of today? Your story might inspire someone else to begin their journey too.